Hi, I'm Mike Reynolds, also known as E. Michael Mattil, depending on who's in the charge of the brain on any given day. Here to talk about Black Easter by Dario Ciriello. Just finished reading this book, and it's fantastic. I'm going to share my thoughts on it with you today. Had the good fortune of meeting Mr. Ciriello at the Indie Author Day event at Alhambra Civic Center Library. Found him to be terribly interesting to talk to, and was very excited to read this book. I had a couple in front of it, finally got to it, and I was not disappointed at all. This is a fantastic story. I'm calling it an elegantly written masterpiece, and it is that. It's great. Black Easter is the best book I've read in probably 10 years, and that's no exaggeration. Mr. Ciriello spins a classic tale of good versus evil, and wraps it in a narrative with old-fashioned sensibilities juxtaposed against this primal driving force, need that must be satisfied. While reading Black Easter, I was reminded of Foucault's Pendulum, the Club du Mas, and Frankenstein, all for different reasons. There's so many things I loved about this book. I have to break them down into sections: narrative voice, story, and vivid descriptions. First of all, Mr. Ciriello's narrative voice is wonderful. The writing is gorgeous. He's a master with words and arranges them like a master composer, setting notes in the perfect order to completely please the senses. I firmly believe that I could read 500 pages of Mr. Ciriello describing a cantaloupe and be completely entertained. And that's no joke. The visuals are amazing. Next up is the story. As I stated earlier, Black Easter is a classic tale of good versus evil. However, there's so much more to it. It's actually two stories broken up into two separate eras, expertly intertwined by the master, Mr. Ciriello. Events that occurred near the end of World War II set the stage for events happening right now. Mr. Ciriello dances between the two, presenting them in such a way you feel like you're present during each. The transition is never jarring and always makes sense. Scenes happening today lend themselves to events happening in the past, and those historical events inform and enrich events happening in the current age. It's brilliant storytelling. Finally, the vivid descriptions presented in Black Easter are truly breathtaking and spectacular. Black Easter clocks in at 237 pages. However, after finishing the story, I felt as if I had read 1,000. There's so much meat here, no wasted words. Each description is perfect. You see the sights, smell the smells, taste the deliciousness of each morsel, and feel each gentle caress or vicious slap. It's fantastic. For me, the most satisfying of these descriptions occur in the spiritual. Mr. Ciriello takes us to different dimensions, even across the cosmos, to places that the human mind couldn't possibly comprehend. Yet it feels as if he's been there, like he's describing things he has actually witnessed, not just with his eyes, but with all his senses. Wow. I'm not sure how else to say it, but wow. I truly love this book. I intend to greedily devour each of Mr. Ciriello's other works. Definitely read this book. I'm giving it 5 stars. It is a fantastic read. Like I said, it's the best book I've read in probably 10 years. I loved it. So that is my review of Black Easter by Dario Ciriello. Run out and get it today. Thanks for listening, and happy reading.